Welcome to the show, y'all. Welcome to the show, y'all. It's the Greg Davis Show. We gon' talk the talk, so get ready. We came to push the call, educating. So just lock that down and keep it steady. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Everything is alright. We're gonna help you get your life. It's the Greg Davis Show.
This is the day that the Lord has made. I will, I shall, you know what? I must rejoice and be glad in it.
Send now prosperity.
That's my girl, Tasha. She was ready. She was like, I can't wait to say my line. I can't wait to say my line. It's your girl, Lola George, and you are watching the Greg Davis Show, the man of God. He's about his Father's business, so we are here to run the ship in his absence.
Yes.
I'm excited about today.
I'm excited too.
Because you know what? It's like a girl power type thing going on. It's just, you know, it's just all us, all the things we want to talk about, fashion, arts, entertainment, all of that good stuff. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you, make sure you tune into the radio show daily from 8 to 9:30. We have a brand new website. It's gregdavisshow.com. Make sure you go to the new website and check it out. It has all of the latest updates. And if you want to know what's going on in the life of Lola and the life of Greg Davis, then just go to the website, gregdavisshow.com. If you want to send us a message, send it to gregdavisshow@gmail.com. If you want to get personal with us, follow us on all social media. Greg Davis on all social media, Bishop Greg Davis on all social media. And guess what? I am Lola George. Today, I have the esteemed honor and privilege of interviewing two young ladies that I call sis. For real. These are like my little sisters, and I call them the Treece girls. And they have a huge, they don't know, but they have such a huge impact in my life. One of them is my little fashion designer. Yes, when you see me out here snatched. Yes, when you see me on social media and I am dressed to the nines and things that you've never seen before, it's because it is, and you see it where I say it's Siana Treece original. It's a Siana Treece collection original. So these are two young ladies from the great city of Detroit, born and raised. They are phenoms. I mean, they're wonderful artists and designers. I'm so excited. I'm not going to tarry long because I want to hurry up and get into the story. But I call them the Treece girls, but it is SuVon and Siana Treece, and they're sisters. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Look at this smile.
Yes, they smile on one accord.
Tell us, who is SuVon, who is Siana Treece?
Okay, who should go first? Well, I'm the oldest, so I'll go first. Okay. I'm SuVon, and I'm an artist and a graphic designer. I do drawing and painting along with Siana, so I've been doing this for as long as I can remember. And that's my passion, that's what I do. And my little sister has followed suit, so we work together doing our artwork.
Yep. So I'm Siana. Yeah, same thing. We do our artwork together. I'm an artist and a fashion designer. So we come together on our art, but we do have our own versions of art that we do separately. So it's my passion, like she said, and it's just something I love to do. And when you're happy doing something that you love to do, it never feels like work. It just feels like you're just doing what you're sent here to do. So
I don't have a sister, so I'm jealous. So that's why. That's why. I call you all my. I be picking up sisters along the way. That's my sister. That's my sister, because I've always wanted a sister. What was it like growing up as sisters? What was that like?
Well, I'm 7 years older than Siana, so I just looked at her as like my little doll, and I would talk to her about everything, even before she was like a little baby, and I just talked to her about things. And then when she started doing her art too, then it went hand in hand. We started working together. So it's really cool just to be able to do what you like and work with your sister and with your family. So it's really great.
Yeah, like she said, she was always so much older than me. So growing up, she was almost like a second mom type of thing, but as we got older, the gap, kind of closed, and, we became closer as far as just a lot of different stuff. And with our work, it really brings us, brings us closer on a different level. So it's nice. I like working with this girl.
I know you two to really have that sisterly love, have that real sisterly bond. We've traveled together. You all really have it. When did you realize, or when did you know that your artistic ability was above average?
Well, I think we kind of knew from the beginning. Like, we've both been drawing since we could probably pick up a pencil, and our dad is an artist too, so that was something that we just kind of, was blessed with from him. So that's we just kind of knew.
Yeah. So do you feed off of each other's energy and inspire each other to do well?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. We definitely inspire each other, and our artwork, I think that we have similar styles, and then we do have our own differences, but we do have, kind of the same likes, so it goes well that we work together because we have a certain kind of look to our work, and I think it complements each other well, our artwork.
Do you remember your first piece, SuVon? The first thing you ever drew, or just
not the first piece, but in preschool, that's when I really started drawing really well, and I was promoted to first grade. I skipped kindergarten because my teacher was like, "Oh, she's such a great artist," and I was doing preschool drawings, but I guess they saw something in it.
Your stick man,
Right. So I guess back then, I started really at a young age.
You say your father is the artist, and that's where you guys get it from. My mother is a phenomenal drawer. She's like you ladies. She can draw, and my oldest brother, he could draw.
Wow.
And I just remember, and I'm going somewhere with this. I remember on Sundays I would get the funnies, the funnies, and I would pull it out and I would draw cartoon characters because I was like, okay, she can draw, he could draw. Okay, then I must be able to draw because if both of them can do it, then I think I'm supposed to be able to do it too. With you being the youngest, was it something that you picked up because you saw them doing it, or was it just...
Probably, definitely. She always drew as a kid. That was her thing. So, naturally, you want to be like your sister and to tag along or whatever. So I drew because of her, but it was something that I loved doing too. But for me, I kind of like doing people, and I like, drawing clothes and that type of thing. So I think that's kind of where I shifted over to more of the fashion side of it. So,
who are some of your, outside of your father, in music we say, oh, I love Stevie Wonder, I love Donny Hathaway, I love... When it comes to the area of arts, who are some of your biggest influences?
Well, I like Picasso and Jacob Lawrence. I really like his work. And then I have people that I know personally. Calvin Brazil, he's kind of like my mentor. He's a great graphic artist and painter. He's just phenomenal. So he's kind of taken me under his wing. We work together, and he's like my mentor and my second dad now. So he's a great artist. So those are some of my biggest influences.
I feel like for me, I love color, and I love things that are kind of bold and make a bold statement. So I love Andy Warhol. I know he's a lot of people's favorite, but he was just so inspirational and so ahead of his time. So his work really inspires me. As far as growing up, I had a teacher. His name is Mr. Tyus. I went to Cass Tech. And he was one of the teachers in the art department, and he really, really, really inspired, his students that were interested in fashion. He taught fashion illustration along with other classes, but he really kind of cultivated our talents, and he took the time out to inspire us and encourage us and everything. So he's really someone, and he's a great artist in his own right. He does a lot of things in the city. He does caricature artists and airbrush. So he's really, I just, thank goodness that I had a teacher like that to help me along in those younger years.
Okay, so through you're being inspired by other people, what do you try to inspire through your work?
In my work, I like to, for me, it's the feeling that you get when you look at something that's beautiful and something you want. people to, you know, be happy and feel like they can look at something and almost escape into another place, you know, or maybe it will remind you of something in your life that you can connect with, you know. So for me, I kind of like to kind of get that connection. That's a nice connection you can have with people that you don't even know if you kind of, you know, have some similar likes or some similar interest in art. You know, it's just a good way to connect with people in general.
Yeah, I agree, definitely. I like to do pieces that evoke emotion, and I've had that happen where people have seen a piece of mine, and one person that bought one of my pieces, she was almost in tears because she had went through a really dark place, and even though the piece, it was a woman crying, but she had flowers around her, and so it just showed that even though she had this hard period that she was going through, there was light at the end of the tunnel. And so just for somebody to be able to see a piece and get it and know what you were trying to say with it and that it touched them, that's really a great feeling when you can do that.
Yes.
You know, I look at myself and I say that I'm pretty creative, and my mind is always racing. Seriously, my mind is always racing. I'm always thinking of different things, and by no means am I a Treece girl. I'm their play sister, but by no means am I. But you know, I can sketch and draw, but I can't, like, I can see Mickey Mouse, and if the picture's next to me, I can draw Mickey Mouse down to the hair, right? But you all just create things from just. What does the creation process look like for you all? And because we're going to show some of your pieces, but where does it begin?
I think personally I usually have an idea. I do get references for things, and sometimes I'll take a piece of this and a piece of that and just kind of put things together. But usually I just have kind of an idea in my head first and sketch things out, and then from there I'll just put things together and, you know, start working on paper or canvas and going from there.
For me, I tend to draw or paint things that I have fun doing. Like, I like to do floral arrangements and flowers and you know, different prints and things that for me it's just enjoyable to do, you know, with my hands, I guess. And I love color and things that I can blend and just kind of mixing stuff together that you wouldn't normally mix together. I like texture, so you can get tons of different texture and different looks with different brushes. So I like to experiment with different mediums and, you know, how you actually apply the paint or apply whatever medium you're using. So for me, it's just kind of fun to, you know, experiment and see what, you know, what comes out of it.
You know, when we come back in this second half, I want to ask, is there a preference over the pencil or the paintbrush? Is there a preference between painting and actual design? Because I know you do both, but do you have a favorite? This is one of my favorite topics because I love fashion, I love art.
You love art.
And you know what, we're going to see some of their great pieces when we come back. So stay live, stay tuned. It's the Greg Davis Show.
Hey, I'm Greg Davis, and over 3 years ago, I started posting tweets and posts on When the Right One Comes. Well, I tried to stop, but they wouldn't let me stop. So everybody's been asking me to write a book, When the Right One Comes. So I've taken all of my collections of When the Right One Comes, and I'm putting them in one book. You can pre-order the book right now by going to gregdavisshow@gmail.com. That's gregdavisshow@gmail.com. Order now, When the Right One Comes.
How I Did It. Pick up this life-changing book today by Bishop Greg Davis.
Bishop Davis shares his amazing story of dramatic weight loss,
Overcoming diabetes,
and his new journey to healthy living without surgery, dieting, or medication.
How I Did It. An incredible weight loss story captured in less than 50 pages.
It tells the bishop's testimony of his lifestyle change after being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in April 2010.
In less than 8 months, he lost over 80 pounds and was completely healed of diabetes.
To date, he has lost over 110 pounds and feels phenomenal.
How I Did It by Bishop Dave.
A personal testimony requested by people all over the country.
He did it, and so can you. Order your copy now
On Amazon.com.
or send a seed of $25, which includes shipping and handling too.
Greg Davis Ministry, P.O. Box 44072, Detroit, Michigan 48244.
That's Greg Davis Ministry, P.O. Box 44072, Detroit, Michigan 48244.
You've been tuned into the Greg Davis Show, and I just want to remind you, make sure you go visit the new website, gregdavisshow.com. Hear me, visit the new website, gregdavisshow.com, and make sure you download our apps, the Lola George app and the Greg Davis app, so you can stay abreast of all of the things that's going on in our world. Here we're talking about fashion, we're talking about art, and we're sitting here with the Treece sisters. And you know what? I want to talk about some pieces that you guys have brought today. The first piece that we're going to look at is this beautiful woman. Who did this one?
I did that one. And that one is called Safari. It's a painting that I did. I really like to use bright colors. I love doing patterns, and I just wanted to highlight the head wrap. So that's what that one came from.
Safari. Now, how long does it take to do a piece like this?
With that one, I just came and did a little bit every day, so it took maybe a couple of weeks. I just kind of did a piece and then I would take a break. But I could have probably done it in a couple of days or so if I just worked straight through.
Now, is this one that, because in the first segment I said, how do you come up with your inspiration? Was this one that you saw in your head and you drew it out, or was this from something else that you've seen?
I kind of took some different pieces and abstracted it and made it my own idea. I did find kind of the head wrap idea and just kind of took it into my own direction. Yes, I wanted to do something abstract and just use the abstract face, having some African art influences in there. So it's kind of my own twist.
And how much would a piece like this go for?
I think that one is about $475 for that piece.
Okay, it's only, if you like this piece, it's only $475, and we will let you know where you can get this from. But this first piece, and what's the name of this one?
Safari.
This is Safari, only $475. All right. The next one that we're going to look at.
This is one of my favorites.
This is Tasha. She wants to get this for her mom. So you go ahead and lead this one.
Okay, so what was this? Who designed this one?
I did that one.
Okay, and what was your inspiration behind this one?
Got a lot of inspiration. I like things that are, I'm kind of into this symmetrical thing, like playing with symmetry. So it's not perfectly symmetrical, but it does have that kind of idea to it. I love leopards. Anybody who knows me knows I'm completely obsessed with leopards, and I just really like just the way that you can find so much beauty and so much just extraordinary things in nature. So that's why I have the leopard kind of he's looking down, and you can get the spots, and then on the side are just like tropical flowers and roses and different things. So for me, it was kind of like nature inspired, but I just wanted to kind of mix those two things that you normally don't see together.
Yes, and so for a piece like this, and my mom liked leopard, that's why I said this one of my favorite ones. What would this cost?
That one, I think it's about $850.
Okay, this one is only $850. Only $850. But people need to understand that paintings, you can't put a price tag on it, because this is human labor at its best. Like, you have to appreciate the time spent
Definitely
putting this together.
And it's one of a kind.
And it's right, it's one of a kind. How long did it take you to do this?
I pretty much worked on that one straight through, because sometimes when I work, I just like to get in the zone. So probably about a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you draw it first, or did you?
Yeah, for sure. I drew it first, but as you go along, sometimes the paint kind of has a mind of its own. So you just kind of, it's a little different from the sketch, but pretty much I draw everything out first.
Right. I absolutely love it. $850 for that one.
It's this way.
All right. Now this one.
This last one.
This last one. What do we have here? Oh,
That's one that I did. It's just a black and white abstract. This one was just one of those things where I just kind of was in the moment of wanting to do something. I didn't really have an idea per se of what I wanted to do going into it. I just wanted to do something that played with black and white and the contrast of it. And sometimes when you mix black and white, you get all different shades of gray. So I just kind of wanted to play around with that and mix them and get different texture and use a few different techniques. So I'm happy with this one. I like it's different from my typical work. So it was something new for me.
And the price for this lovely piece would be?
I'm pretty sure that one is $700.
Okay, see, it's not much. See, we live in the overflow, right?
Exactly.
The abundance of God. And these you can have. This one is only $700. This could be sitting in your living room by the end of the week, if you are willing to pay the price. These are some wonderful pieces.
Yes,
now,
they're gorgeous.
One of my questions, we've seen some of the paintings. Do you have a preference over the paintbrush or the pencil?
I think I really love to do drawings with pencil and charcoal and pastel drawings so that I could also get color in there. So that's my first love. And then I've done more paintings now too. So on our website we have more drawings and different things that we have available on there.
I prefer paint. I love pencil. The detail you can get with it is like unmatched, but I prefer paint because it's just a little more, I'm a little more of a freestyle type of person, and I just like the instant impact you can get. And with my job, I work at Painting with the Twist. I paint every day, so it's something that's really, really just like second nature to me.
So you're teaching people to paint as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You won an award because you drew you have twin sisters, and you drew your twin sisters.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Wow.
Yeah, I did drew a picture of one of my twin sisters, Noelle, and we were in the grocery store, and she had her head wrap. It was like a nice scarf with a lot of detail and paisley, and she had her hair natural in a ponytail, and I just saw her, and it just really struck me. I said, I want to draw this shot here, so I just said, stay right there, and I took a picture of her. Yeah, and she had her headphones in. So she's a teenager. She just looked like she was in her zone, and I drew the picture based on the photo that I took, and I did win a couple of awards for it, so it really did well. So I'm glad I took that picture.
I'm glad you did too. And it's a beautiful thing because you were able to draw inspiration from your sister, not just Siana, but from one of your other sisters. Now, Siana, you're also into fashion. You've designed for the likes of Lola. Yes,
I have.
Yes.
I've had the pleasure.
And one of the things that we have in common is that we both love Prince.
Yes.
We love Prince, and you do a phenomenal job. We have a dress that you've designed. Let's have the model come up. And I want you to tell us about this dress.
This dress is a gown. It's all white. It has a fit and flare type of a silhouette. It has the detailing at the front. It's a turtleneck, and it has the gold embellishment with stones and crystal and lace. On the back, you can give us a little.
Yeah.
So the back is a open back, and it's pretty low, and the embellishment goes all around, and I love doing that. I love, just having a lot of just that wow factor. And sometimes, from the front it's simple, but in the back is where you get all your drama. So I love doing things like this. I like a lot of just that one-of-a-kind look. You won't be able to get it in the store. So this fits her great. It's actually her personal dress. I made it for her a while ago, and it's perfect. I love it.
One of the things that you said, one of a kind. And I know that to be true because I'll call you on Sunday and be like, hey, Siana.
I'm going Lola, you're killing me.
I'm going somewhere Wednesday. I need a dress. But you have the ability to take my idea and bring it to life. I mean, you have the ability to take the ideas of others and, you know, make them feel comfortable with what it is. And I don't know how many people that you work with, but I know if any of them is anything like me, you deserve a seat next to Jesus, you know, because I know, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, but you bring it to life. How does that make you feel to take somebody else's idea?
Right. I love the feeling that I get when I've created something for someone and it just makes them happy. I mean, clothes are one of those things that really can, you know, make or break someone's special event. I get a lot of special event clients, birthdays, and, you know, different other type of events. And it's one of those things, if you look good, you feel even better, you know, inside and out. So I take pleasure in that. I love seeing, you know, seeing my work come to life on all the various clients I have. And for me, it's also a learning experience because sometimes I have an idea and you have your ideas and I'm like, whoa, you're left field, let's meet in the middle, you know, but it brings me outside the box of, you know, something that I wouldn't have normally thought of. So working, you know, with clients like that, it's fun for me.
We have about a minute left. You have an online art gallery. Tell everybody about that.
ArtisticExpressionsGallery.com. That is our gallery, and we have all of our work on there, our drawings and our paintings. And even things that are sold already, we still have them up there so people can see. And we have prints available, so you can order those also.
All right. And what's your?
My website is SuVonAndSianaTreece.com. There you'll be able to see all my past work, portfolio, fashion shows, events, things like that. I can be contacted via email, SianaTreece@gmail.com for orders and etc.
You have been watching The Greg Davis Show. We've given you fashion, we've given you fever, we've given you flavor, we've given you all of that. And make sure you go to these young ladies' websites because we want to help, you know what, bless their lives. It's The Greg Davis Show. It's my girl Tasha. We've had a wonderful time. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow. We are out!
Bishop Greg Davis Ministries present Let the Healing Begin to the best of Bishop Greg Davis. And today is your day for a miracle. 3 powerful anointed healing and meditation CDs by Bishop Davis. The Word of God says that if you decree a thing, it shall be established for your sake.
Isaiah 58:8.
Everyone who comes in contact with these 3 powerful CDs will receive a life-changing experience. Order your copy right now on iTunes, CD Baby, or Amazon. Or you can send a seed, a donation of $50 and receive all 3 healing and meditation CDs. To Greg Davis Ministries, P.O. Box 44072, Detroit, Michigan 48244. Shipping and handling included. Download or order all 3 copies today and let the healing begin.